Hello comic book community, it's Wolf Blitz, and I was going to do a haul video. I recently won a book on the Great Legends show, his auction. He had an auction with Strictly Comics for the Heroes Initiative, so I was glad to win a book and also contribute to charity, and I won the following book. I won the Wonder Woman 204. It is the first appearance of Nubia, and it's also the return of Wonder Woman's costume. And I believe it's a key book because I think they might use the Nubia character possibly in future movies. So I was real happy to get this. I'd been looking for it for a while. I looked for a while on eBay, and the prices were a little higher than I wanted to pay, and I just sort of gave up on it. But when I saw it was part of the Heroes Initiative auction, I decided to put a couple bids in, see if I could win it, and I was just real happy to get this. I wasn't sure whether the donator wanted to remain anonymous, so I'm not going to mention any names, but that was one of the big books I've recently purchased. But I also submitted 4 books to Rocket Comics, and I submitted those to get signed by Stan Lee, but he passed away before he was able to sign those. But the 4 books I submitted, well, 2 of them were slabbed and 2 of them were raw copies. But the 2 slab books, I got these back in the mail, and I'm real happy to get these back, which was Daredevil #1. I'd shown this previously in my top 50, but I've been worried about it just because it's been out in the mail. You know, Rocket Comics had it for a while, and so I'm real happy to get this back. And and luckily they didn't crack it, because I was planning on getting it cracked and signed, and then resubmit it or do the CGC signature series, and that was the whole point. But luckily they hadn't cracked it, so I didn't have to fork out a bunch of money to get this regraded. So I got this one back. Real happy to have it back in the collection, or back home. And then I also got this one back, which was Fantastic Four 48, Silver Surfer's first appearance. I also had this in my top 50 video, so I was real happy to get this as well. And then over the summer I bought a big key book, and I had emailed like ETA Nick a couple pictures of it, but the book that I got back, and I'm thrilled with the grade, is Fantastic Four #5, first appearance of Dr. Doom. And it's really the biggest book in my collection, but I was absolutely thrilled with this. I was real worried about it. As I said, I'd emailed Nick of some pictures, ETA Nick, some pictures of it, just to get his advice and to get an idea of what he thought it would grade as. And I mean, when I originally purchased it, I thought it could get anywhere from a 5 to a 6. And then after, chatting with him a little bit, he pointed out that it was a water stain up here, and then he was real worried about the water stain, and I really didn't have an idea of how that would impact the grade. But I guess they didn't really penalize. It's not that severe, but you can see it. And then there's a slight tear right here, and then of course it has some spine damage on the side. But he thought the highest it probably could get was about a 5.5, was what he sort of said. But I started worrying that it could get like a 4, to be honest with you. But I was absolutely thrilled to get this back as a 5.5, and I can't be happier about it. Dr. Doom's always been one of my favorite Marvel characters. Probably, I guess, a lot because I loved him in the Secret Wars story. And so yeah, that's my book, and I'm real happy to get it back. And all right, have a good day.